Mr. Yamamuro.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Satoshi Yamamuro, and I'm working for Canon about 3 years. I'm in Toride factory now, and I'm a buyer of the parts of copy machine, and and I introduce myself just a little. When I was in high school, I was playing baseball, and when I was in university, I was playing tennis in athletic association. So I'm a sportsman, and I was majoring in business administration. When I get into Canon, I want to work to use speaking English, but now I don't speak English. I always talk to Japanese company's president to decide the cost, and I want to practice my presentation skill in this class. That's all my introduction. To continue.
Yes, please do your presentation.
Case study 1. First, I'm going to talk about the summary of this article, and second, I'm going to talk about problem identification, and last, I'm going to talk about recommendations. First, there are 3 companies, Prime Foods. There are 3 supermarkets company. The first one is Prime Foods, and the second one is Superstore, and the third one is Vanguard. Prime Foods is the main company in this article, and there are 4 persons, Mr. Philip Drew and Harvey Slate and Randy Carr and James Greers. And Philip Drew is key person of this article. When Mr. Philip Drew is off his work, Prime Foods company are declining their market share, and they're declining their margins. And Mr. Drew wants to know why the Prime Foods are declining, and compared to Superstores and Vanguard, superstore emphasize on their quality rather than price. And against Vanguard, Prime Foods have to compete on price. And against superstores, Prime Foods have to compete not only on price but also on their quality. And as you can see, the chart, page 27, please look at page 27, and there is the number of stores. Prime Foods has 13 stores in suburbs and 14 in the city, so it's spread evenly. But superstores has 10 stores in suburbs, more than in the city. And the opposite, the Vanguard has 15 stores in the city. So so Prime Foods have to choose which market they should be in. And secondly, I want to talk about many problems in this article. There are 4 men in Prime Foods, and they also want to emphasize on quality. But the quality control costs money. But Mr. Drew thought it's an important point. They did it about 2 years ago, but it achieved little. And Mr. Carr pointed out that Prime Foods should build a new store. And that's problem. And I want to talk about recommendations. As I am a counselor of this kind of program, they want to emphasize on TV advertising or some kind of other way. But it also happens in Japan. For example, there are many kinds of similar markets, for example, 7-Eleven and Sunchain and some kind of other markets. But when I want to buy something, I want to choose by the main point that I want to choose is the corporate identity. So I think 7-Eleven has a good commercial, and maybe the quality is not so different in 7-Eleven and in Sunchain, but but I want to choose the image of the stores. It also says, for example, when I want to eat fried chicken, maybe I go to McDonald's or some other kind of stores. So the important thing is on what basis, on what standard we want to choose the stores. That is the important thing, I think. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Yamamoto-san. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you today Mr. Yamamoto.
Thank you very much. It's my great pleasure to make a presentation here, and I have a plan for my recommendation today. My recommendation today is establish a new salary system. My recommendation is to establish a new salary system should be applied in this company, and it's a combination salary system. The straight salary and incentive salary. And in our sales section, our sales market share is falling down these days about 20%. And also our sales income is decreasing now. So we must recover the market share and also recover the income. To do this, we have to need a new salary system. I show you the new salary system here. This is it. As you can see in this chart, we can divide the salary section worker into 8 categories from A to G. And we can set a first salary. For example, A is given about 12,000 yen and B is given 15,000 yen. And we can promote naturally A to D by year. And also, if the sales section worker sell products, this is the number of the products, say selling products number. So the person who sells the product 5, he is in the A section. and B is 10 sale. And look at this chart again. As I said before, we can promote A to B by the year. So the people, the worker who is in A the first year, they can naturally go up to B next year. And if the person if the person C sells 15 products in the year, they get money the equal of the F. That means, please look at this example. If the person in the category C sells 15 units, he can get the same salary in the category F. This is the new. This is the base of the new salary system in the marketplace. In the sales section. Maybe you thought of the non-sales section. How do we deal with them? To them, we also fit this system, but it's a little different. Where is the different? We can get into this our company from A first year, and also non-sales people can promote to B next year, and they can promote from A to D naturally. It's the same in the sales section. But after D, they can't promote anymore if they don't take an examination. So this means the people who is not selling products must take an examination to go up a higher place. And if he or she passes the examination, they can get more money. And if the person who belongs to the sales section, they don't have to pass the examination. They just make their power into their sales. So if we adopt this new salary system, we can satisfy the old person and both the old person workers and the young workers. And also we can recover the market share that reduced recently, and we can correct a freshman who is a very excellent talent. So that leads to our powerful sales power. And we can also be an excellent company in Japan. And with this, to conclude my presentation, if we don't adopt this system, we can't be the number one. So we must take this system. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions? Yes?
In your system,
Mm-hmm.
the person who have to take an examination of
Mhm.
sales division,
Non-sales division.
and the taking examination system is not equal, I think, because it is the young man has a good skill to take examination,
Mhm.
but on the other hand, the old man is not so skillful compared with the young man.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think about this matter?
Would you please rephrase your question again?
The taking examination,
Mhm.
taking examination system to get promotion
Yes.
or to get higher salary.
Yes.
This system is good for young man because he has a good skill to take examination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think this system is not equal for young and old people. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think about this? Is there any dissatisfaction from the old man?
The question is the the young man's salary and the old man's salary is not equal because the young man can apt to pass the examination, but the old man do not want to pass the examination. But even if the old man they want to get more money, they have a power to pass, and it equals to their so the old man wants to get more money. They want to study more. So I don't think it's not equal. It's equal. Do you have any questions? Yes?
Could you give us an idea of what such an examination
Mhm.
might include? Is it something that an employee would need to study, or is this going to be related to their job? What is this examination?
You mean what kind of examination?
What is included in the examination? What is the criteria for passing and moving up to a higher salary bracket?
I don't understand well, so would you please say it?
What does the examination consist of?
Oh, see. And his question is, what kind of examination we must take? The examination is, of course, is not the only only examination. It means it includes bosses, critic, and of course paper test, and his character. All of them include, and they make an answer. So this kind of examination, not only paper. Is there any other question? Yes.
I think I can understand your system that is very similar to a academic system. If the salesman's performance dropped dramatically, so how do you cope with that situation? Do you make evaluation or?
Oh, you mean the salesman make an effort or don't make an effort? Which?
Results. So sales results.
Oh, I see. It's of course they can't get an incentive money. Of course, the result is important. If he makes an effort, but he can sell nothing, he can't get incentive money. Is there any other question?
Okay.
Thank you very much.